All right, boys and girls, so we left off yesterday and we were talking about adding mixed numbers, and in our math meeting we reviewed those problems 5 through 8 and 11 through 14. Today we are going back into those same pages, so as noted on the directions, that's not like a misprint or a typo. We're actually going right back onto page 363 because I wanted to give you guys multiple days to practice adding mixed numbers. So right now we are on page 363, and I am going to go through and do problem 9 and 10 right now. So I'm going to rewrite those on a separate sheet of notebook paper for you so it's a little bit easier to see. So we have to add 1 and 3/6, and just like I'm adding or rewriting these on notebook paper, I really recommend you guys take the time and do the same thing. Added to 2 and 4, 6. They just don't give us enough room to solve. So yesterday, we said that we would first begin by adding the fractions, correct? 3/6 plus 4/6. And you guys are getting really, really good at adding fractions with those like denominators. You know that the denominator does not change. You just add the numerators. 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. But then you have to pause in your brain and say, but wait a minute, this is a fraction greater than 1. And I know that my teacher said I need to regroup and change this. So I'm going to take a group of 6 away. That will leave me with 1/6 remaining. And when I took that group of 6 away, really what I did was I changed it to a whole number and regrouped. So now I can cross this off. That's out of my brain. This is my fraction remaining. Then I'm going to add my whole numbers. 2 plus 1 plus 1, which is 4. So the answer to this problem is 4 and 1/6. Now, you guys are probably used to this. I've done it to you. I know other teachers do it. Seems like once you start getting the hang of something, we have to go and make it extra complicated. And that's what we're going to do today. So, stick with me. It shouldn't be too bad. So, something that you guys in 4th grade have to recognize, and you'll do this again next year in 5th grade, are the different ways that you can arrive at this same answer. So, I'm going to rewrite this problem now, 1 and 3/6 plus 2 and 4/6. I'm going to show you guys another strategy, another way that you can solve. Not everybody solves the same way. So we can use MAD, where we change these to a fraction greater than 1, meaning we multiply first. So 6 times 1 is 6. And then we're going to add our numerator. So 6 plus 3 is 9, making this a fraction of 9/6. Then we're going to do the same thing to this mixed number. We're going to change it to a fraction greater than 1. So 2 multiplied by 6 is 12, and 12 plus 4 is equal to 16. So you will have an exit ticket today, and it's going to kind of be the same thing as what you're seeing here. You could add these fractions that are greater than 1 together, meaning you could add 9/6 plus a 16/6 to arrive at your answer. When you add those together, you would get 25/6, and then you'd have to change that back to a mixed number, meaning you would divide. And I know that 6 goes into 25 a total of 4 times, and that would be 24. And then you'd have 1 left over, so 1/6. So again, arriving at the same answer of 4 and 1/6, just doing it a different way. Changing both of these mixed numbers to a fraction greater than 1, adding them, and then changing our fraction greater than 1 total back to a mixed number. I think this way is easier, but you also have to be able to recognize that you could add these 2 fractions together to eventually arrive at the same answer. So that's like one way of doing it. Another way that you have to recognize is that, for example, let's rewrite it again. 1 and 3/6 plus 2 and 4/6 adding these fractions together. 3 plus 4 would be 7/6. And then adding these whole numbers together would be 3 and 7/6. So really you have 3 plus 7/6. So that's like strategy number 2. That's another way to do it. And then what you would do is say, okay, well, 7/6, that would be taking away that whole, or 6/6, and leaving you with 1/6. Still arriving at the same answer of 4 and 1/6, because when you regrouped that, really what you did was add it to your whole number. I know, it's starting to get confusing. I think it'll make more sense when you see it in the exit ticket, but again, just recognizing that you can change them to a fraction greater than 1, or you can add the fractions and the whole numbers, and then go and do this division. The last one, as if that wasn't enough, recognizing that when you have a problem such as 1 and 3/6 plus 2 and 4/6, that really what you're thinking in your brain is the whole number 1 plus 2, which we can see right here, plus now the fractions, 3/6 plus 4/6. So that's like option number 3. So again, just to recap, there are 3 different ways to arrive at that same answer. You can change them to a fraction greater than 1 and then add those 2 fractions together. You can add your fractions, then add your whole number. So here you have your whole number plus your fraction greater than 1. Then you can regroup still to arrive at 4 and 1/6. So that's one way, 2 ways. And then also recognizing that really what you're doing is adding your whole numbers, 1 plus 2, to your fractions of 3/6 plus 4/6. I think that my guess is that most of you will solve this way, adding the fraction first and regrouping, and then adding your whole numbers. But also what I'm saying is just recognizing that there are other ways to arrive at that same answer. I want to go through one more question just to revisit, and then you guys are on your own to get started in your math book. So we're on question number 10. Let's see if I can focus on that a little bit. So if we were going to do it, let's call it the body way, because it's my favorite. Then we would add these fractions first, 1/4 plus 2/4, which is 3/4. Then we would add our whole numbers, 2 plus 3, which is 5, 5 and 3/4. Now, if you did it the other way, you might change these to a fraction greater than 1, meaning you use MAD. 4 times 2 is 8, plus your numerator is 9, so that'd be 9/4. Then changing this fraction to a fraction greater than 1. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 more would be 14/4. You would have to add those together. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 fourths. But we know we can't leave our answer this way, so we're going to have to change it back to the mixed number, which is this box they've provided for us here. And we're thinking, what is 23 divided by 4? Well, I know that 4 times 5 is 20. I can't do another group. So that would be 5, and that would take away 20. So 23 minus 20 would leave me with 3/4 remaining. So again, arriving at the same answer, just a different strategy. Today, you guys are going to do problems 15 through 22, and then you have an exit ticket, and we will talk about these in our math meeting. Let me know if you have any questions.